Hello, storytellers. The Storytelling Ron, and this is about witches. We've got witches in our midst, and they're proud and they're out. I guess they should do a month, like not June, but maybe they should pick a month and start doing pagan pride or something. I mean, that's kind of what's next. So Emma Watson, you all know her as whatever on Harry Potter. I don't know the name, but she on Instagram has finally posted or whatever. She made a longer post, but this is a nicer, shorter one and a less whatever photo. But she says here, thank you to the witches in my coven who were so pivotal in helping me arrive at where I am and who I am now. You are my Avengers, and you inspire and kick ass. It takes a village, and don't let anyone else do. Okay. And this one here, I was very curious. So there's a bunch of like sort of witches popping up in this thing. And I went just to this first one here. So Emma's got 70 million followers. And then this first one here, Vanessa Hudgens, got 50 million followers. I don't even know who she is, but she's on this show on Tubi called Dead Hot. And I don't really care about the sound, but I'll just show you some images like these two dudes saying something about whatever. They're witches in some sort of like a reality show where they're summoning. Yeah, see, look at that. Freaking rituals. And, you know, they got to be attractive too. They got to be alluring. That's a very important part of paganism is theatrics and pageantry and lust. They have to seduce you in some way. They have to do that. They have to lure you with sin. So, and I love goth. Let me tell you, I do love goth, but the Holy Spirit keeps me in check. Although, you know, yeah. So this is some sort of witch show, and they're looking for ghosts and undead or whatever. Yeah. So whatever. So people. Paganism is out loud and proud, and it's in the role playing games. I mean, there's some role playing games out there where you actually do. I mean, all of them are about doing pagan things, but there's some where you actually have to do rituals to appease gods. But the main concept of role playing games is either you ally with a god or you confront a god, right? But that's what paganism has always been, and you fight for or against gods, and then you do things, and then you become the hero, and you get the glory, and you do things, and you do things, and you do things, and you're the hero, you're the hero, you're the hero. So that's paganism, and any religion at all, including atheism, is paganism. Because paganism and atheism, they're all the same. When you have something you have to do to become the hero or the good person, or you get to rest in peace, or whatever it is that you decide, it's your deciding what to do, that saves you, you're a pagan. That's what paganism is. I know you all got, I don't believe in gods. I don't believe in... You believe in yourself or whatever. You believe in nothing because nothing created everything, right? So you believe in that. I guess you believe when you die, you rest in peace. I hear a lot of atheists saying that. Or you go to nothing, which isn't that exactly what you think created everything? Nothing. So you worship something, whether you, I don't know, maybe you think you're above it all. So paganism. It's on the rise, and it's out and proud. So For the Little RPG is about exposing that, but also having a fun game. So instead of doing, boring preaching videos or something like this, you can have a role-playing game where you teach your kids about paganism. And you can grab stuff from modern day and use it in your games. I mean, but what would be fun is like take these witches and doing whatever they do, but also just add a couple of, violent goons that protect them or bodyguard, guards for them, or they can have violent pets. Panthers or lions or giant serpents or rats that they have as pets, and they use concoctions and drugs to control them. And they'll use drugs and concoctions to control people, and they'll use them to blind you or poison you or whatever. So yeah, that's the game For the Little RPG. And I just wanted to do this quick video about how paganism is now popular culture. There's no confusing it now. It's out loud and proud, and we need to confront it. And the way that you could do it, if you're a role-playing gamer, is for the Little RPG. I would suggest not playing other role-playing games, with your kids, because you'll lead them down, especially like Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder, because they will lead them to gender fluidity. They will lead them to LGBTQT, trans stuff, all that. That's their agenda. That's their goal. Their woke stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that in my games for the Lord RPG. But again, all this paganism that you see out there is something we need to confront, expose, and make a choice. And Christians are not doing that today. The early church that we all relied on to give us the foundation for Christianity and for all the great preachers and writers and resources that we have today, they all confronted paganism. They confronted it. They had to. They had to establish churches, and then those churches established universities and seminaries and all the things that you and I are now comfortable with in Christianity and have comforts in, come from people who confronted paganism back in the day, back in the 6th century, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 14th century. So I'm going to be making a lot more settings and games, but I'm just asking you to support it. If you're an RPG, if you're a Christian role-playing gamer and you love Dungeons and Dragons, I get it, and all those, and you don't want to commit to something else, but I'm saying you need to. I need to. We need a parallel market or whatever, and we need to expose paganism, because in those games it's all about accepting paganism, being part of paganism. Emma Watson and all her covens and witches and stuff. But in my game, the role playing for Lord RPG, it's about confronting that. It's about showing it for what it really is. So anyway, I don't know if it's a short video, but paganism is proud. Paganism Pride Month. There should be a Paganism Pride Month. I mean, really, if you think about it. All right. And remember, in the game of life, roll holy dice.